The holiday season is supposed to be a time of love, a time of joy, and a time of connection. But this message is specifically for the woman who is going through the divorce or who is coming out of a very toxic relationship. For some of you, this may be the first holiday without your family being together. You may be co-parenting and the kids are off with the other parent. Or maybe you're planning to host dinner at home with the kids, but it just doesn't feel the same. And then there are those who have been invited to multiple gatherings, but you just don't want to go. You already know that if you go, they're going to ask you a ton of questions. You're going to have to put on this happy face and pretend like everything's okay. Just the thought of this just feels overwhelming. I get it. The holidays can bring on a lot of emotions, especially when you're going through a divorce. Some of you may be feeling this intense feeling of loss, some loneliness, some may be feeling even guilty. But I want you to know that it's okay to feel what you're feeling. And I also want to encourage you that it's okay to prioritize yourself, your healing, your peace, your emotional well-being, unapologetically. In this video, we're going to talk about practical steps that you can take to navigate the holidays with grace and healing. This may look like creating new traditions, setting boundaries, or even finding joy in the most unexpected places. Instead of going into the season feeling low, feeling just depressed, sis, let me help you walk into the season with confidence and hope. So let's get into it. Now, I want to talk about 5 practical steps about healing during the holidays. Now, this doesn't mean you're ignoring the pain. This doesn't mean you're putting on a fake smile. This means you're giving yourself the grace and space to feel your emotions. The first step is to acknowledge where you are emotionally. Do you know who was honest about their emotions? David. In Psalm 42:11, David said, "Why are you cast down, O my soul, and why are you disquieted within me? Hope in God, for I shall yet praise him, my salvation and my God." It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel frustrated. It's even okay to feel angry about how things turned out. Maybe you had dreams about what the holidays would look like, and now those dreams are just shattered. I remember the first holiday season after my divorce, and I remember the first holiday season without my kids. And I remember being very, very sad. I felt like I had a major void going on. I felt like my heart was just ripped out of my chest. I remember feeling just super emotional, and I had thoughts just racing through my head. And I also remember asking God, like, what is this? Like, is this how life is gonna be for me? Because this is ghetto. Everything just felt so different. Everything had just changed. And I just remember feeling so empty and so lonely. But it was in those moments where I leaned into God. Really, he's the one that can fill that void, right? I leaned into God like I had never leaned into God before. Just because this season looks different doesn't mean that it can't still hold meaning and beauty. You're gonna be okay. I was okay. But the only way that we're okay is when we lean into God. So the second step to healing through the holidays is giving yourself permission to say no. Let's talk about boundaries. If you've been invited somewhere and you don't want to go, it's okay to say no. Matthew 5:37 says, "Let your yes be yes and let your no be no." Saying no is not mean. It's a way of protecting your time, a way of protecting your energy, and your emotional health. Ooh, it's raining. It always rains when I record. But saying no is about being honest with yourself and others about what you can and cannot do and being okay with it. And you are not obligated to explain yourself to anybody. Maybe this year you want to stay home. Maybe this year you just want to have a quiet dinner by yourself. Maybe you just want to clean for the whole day. Maybe you don't want to do nothing at all. Guess what? That's okay. Maybe you said yes to one dinner, but you said, I gotta leave by 9:30. And that's okay, because that's smart. You are not trying to be emotionally drained. Whatever you decide, let your yes be yes and your no be no. All right, so the third step on healing through the holidays is to create new traditions. Sometimes what hurts the most is holding on to traditions that no longer fit our reality. Habakkuk 2:2 says to write the vision and make it plain. It's time to create a new vision. It's time to make new traditions. When we do this, we're setting intentions for our future. Y'all, I bought a whole new Christmas tree. I bought new ornaments. I bought new stockings. Yes, I'm Christian and I put up a Christmas tree. And guess what? I don't care. I just felt like I had to say that. But anyway, I bought everything new because I wasn't bringing the old into my new vision. Isaiah 43:18-19 says to forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. You have the power to redefine what your holiday season is going to look like. The fourth step to healing through the holidays is to stay present in the moment. One of the biggest challenges during the holidays is that our minds often replay the past, which puts us in a depression. Or we may worry about our future, which gives us anxiety. We are reminded in Matthew 6:34, therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. When you feel overwhelmed, you need to pause and you need to breathe. And you need to ask yourself, what can I do right now that would feel good for my mind, my body, and my spirit? For me, that looked like listening to worship music all day. Your girl was ruminating. I had a lot of thoughts going on in my mind and I needed something to drown out the noise, if you know what I meant. And so worship music filled that space that would have been filled by the devil, because the devil wants you worrying, right? So the worship music really helped me. But another thing that I did, and some of y'all, I'm always honest, right? Y'all call it yoga, I call it stretching. Like, are Christians allowed to have a mat and stretch? I mean, do y'all stretch? Like, if any stretch you do, is that like considered yoga? Anyway, I don't even want to go there because it's ghetto. Anyway, whatever this looks like for you, just stay present in the moment. And finally, the fifth step to healing through the holidays is to lean into God's presence. He heals the brokenhearted and his strength is made perfect in our weakness. You don't have to carry the season on your own. When it feels like too much, remember you have a Father who understands your pain and he wants to give you a peace that surpasses all understanding. James 4:8 reminds us to draw near to God and he will draw near to you. I want to leave you with this reminder that you are not alone. There are women from all over the world who are going through this tough season just like you. You have this opportunity to focus on your healing and reconnect with yourself. If you're by yourself in this season, it's just temporary. This will not last always. If you can get through this, if I can get through this, we can get through anything. You're more stronger than you think and you're more resilient than you feel. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. If this encouraged you, send it to a friend that may need to hear this message. And if you want to further your healing journey and you're looking for a coach, my information is in the description box below. Happy holidays.